All right, welcome back to another episode of the M80 Podcast, and today we actually have a theme.
Yeah, it's exciting.
It is
and
exciting.
We thought about it 2 hours ago.
Yeah, I know.
Okay, the only reason why I brought it up is because I just saw something about it 2 days ago, and then because I looked at it, my algorithm's like, oh, you like this, but it turns out this has been a thing for years. Is this one particular subtopic of the Mandela effect?
There's like a top 50 Mandela effects, and I kind of wanted to start out just in case. I'm pretty sure everybody knows what the Mandela effect is, but we should just describe what the Mandela effect is so we can get everyone caught up to speed.
I didn't know what it was until 2 hours ago. So.
Okay, so I'll read this real quick and we'll get this out of the way. So named by oh, Jesus. You
Sorry.
good? That's okay.
Yeah.
So named by paranormal researcher Fiona Broome, the Mandela effect is defined as an instance where you remember something that doesn't match historical records. The name was coined after political leader Nelson Mandela's death in 2013. Countless people swore he died when he was held prisoner in the 1980s and distinctly remember news coverage of the funeral. The Mandela effect is commonly held false memory. In the field of psychology, the term false memory is applied to anything that a person remembers incorrectly or inaccurately. As such, the term Mandela effect is defined as a false yet widely held recollection. So now that that's out of the way, what popped up on your feed for the Mandela effect? Because there's a few that are floating around.
Okay, so if I told you that the movie Shazam
Yeah.
with Sinbad as a genie in the 90s wasn't real, what would you say?
Bro, this is the exact moment that I was like, because I remember I was looking for that movie. I was going on a nostalgic kick like back a few years ago. I was like, I want to watch some of these old movies. And I was like, what is that movie with Sinbad? He's the genie and it's like Shazam or something. And then that's what they're like, he was never in a movie called Shazam. And
There's never been a movie called Shazam.
No, there was the movie that we all think like that we're all thinking of is Kazam with Shaquille O'Neal.
Yeah, and I watched somebody break it down and say, you know, at that same time, Sinbad played a bunch of roles where he was the big dummy goofball. And at that time also, Kazam came out with Shaquille O'Neal. And it's very, very easy to just all of a sudden go, yeah, Sinbad was in Shazam. And you're like, and it's just like somebody goes, and I was watching something and it was like, all right, what's the plot? And no one knows. It just blows my mind.
Well, dude,
and when I started seeing this stuff, I was like, okay, this is just a ploy. Sinbad's just doing this to maybe make a Shazam 2. Right? Oh, it never existed, and it's all a big media scandal. And then I was like, did he go through and like, is he being for real? And did he destroy it? Did he have it all legally destroyed because he was embarrassed by it? And it just like, it never happened. It wasn't real.
So, do you remember this movie though, like everybody else?
Yes.
Okay, so do I.
I remember seeing it.
But, okay, so here's the thing. There are a lot of very weird moments like this. Okay, so another one. Do you remember Mr. Rogers?
Yes.
Okay. Do you remember the whole theme song? It's a beautiful day in the
in
the neighborhood, right? Well, I guess in the version that actually exists is it's a beautiful day in this neighborhood. That's what he says on the show.
So it was never in the neighborhood?
No, it was never in the neighborhood. And it's I was listening back because like when you said, oh, the Mandela effect today, I was doing some research on different Mandela effect moments, and it doesn't even sound good. Like it sounds better saying it's a beautiful day in the neighborhood, right? But it's like it broke because this and the emphasis is very like you're gonna pick up on that. If you're hearing that every day, you're going to say it's a beautiful day in this neighborhood. It doesn't even flow off your tongue easily.
Yeah.
And so that was one. And then the other one is, do you remember Forrest Gump?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. What is the famous quote from Forrest Gump? Can you, when he's sitting on the bench?
Life is like a box of chocolates. You'll never know what you're going to get. Mama says life is like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're going to get.
Makes perfect sense. Yeah, makes
right? Everybody remembers that.
Mama said life is like a box of chocolates. So you never.
Yeah.
So I guess the line is actually life was like a box of chocolate. You never know what you're going to get. And you know the crazy thing about this is that I started looking at, the quote. I looked for that scene. And what I found is that all of the YouTube channels that were showing, like the official Fandango movie trailer sites, all that stuff, it's all quoted as life is like a box of chocolates as the famous quote. And yet when you play it back, it's life was like...
Yeah, because they're putting it as that's the searchable term because everyone's searching that phrase. No one's searching the real phrase.
But
right? Does that make sense?
It makes perfect sense. But why? What's the cause for the mass confusion? And the crazy thing is that all these videos, like they're uploaded, 9 years ago. Life is like a box of chocolates.
Well, so breaking the Mandela effect down to individual people, I kind of understood it when it was explained to me 2 hours ago on YouTube. It's like when me and you we witness a robbery, right? We're just walking down the road, we witness a robbery. You're pretty confident you know what you saw, but when we're telling the cops, you saw a guy in a red shirt, commit the robbery. And I go first, and I tell the cop, I'm telling you, he was in a black T-shirt. You might start going, dude, it was black. It was black, right? It was black. And then you start seeing it in your brain for the next months and months and months until you go to trial, and now you've convinced yourself you saw a black T-shirt because it's human psychology, And that's not really the Mandela effect per se, because that talks about groups of people, but just the individual alone can be not even maliciously swayed. Just like you can sway yourself, like, oh yeah, and then you tell yourself, and then you see it.
Well, what's what I just thought of as you were telling me that is what if they were just. No, because I was thinking because they're on the old tapes. It's like, what if they just switched it up just for marketing reasons, like to say, oh yeah, I know he said this, and everyone starts searching the movie because, it's part of the Mandela effect. But okay, well then,
it would be a great way to market if somebody could take this and twist it and make a movie like the Mandela effect.
So what about you remember the Monopoly game, right?
Yes. I don't think I played it very much, but I know what it is.
You remember the character, like the little banker dude, right?
Yep.
If you picture him in your head, can you remember what he's wearing? Could you describe him?
Top hat, monocle, cane.
Yeah, no monocle, bro.
Really?
Yeah, no monocle. Okay, so what is going on that everyone is? I mean, because it's not like we both experienced something the same. It's like it's on a massive scale. The other thing is, do you remember the book when you were little, the Berenstain Bears?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I heard this one.
Yeah, it's the Berenstain Bears.
Bernstein. It was never the Berenstain ever. Never. It wasn't ever that. They didn't change it.
Yeah. So, okay. So
I got one for you.
Oh yeah, tell me.
Another big popular one. Curious George.
The tail.
Never had a tail. Never had a tail.
What about Jiffy? Jiffy peanut butter.
Ooh, what's that one?
Jif. It's fucking Jif, I guess. It's Jif. So there was this kid online. He was this really, really, really intellectual kid. He was like this prodigy. He understood quantum mechanics at an extremely young age.
Can you describe what it is for people who have never heard it before?
Sure. So the Mandela effect is the effect of some people thought that Nelson Mandela died at a certain time, and other people remember it as a different time. And this goes for a lot of other things. Star Wars, classic videos, Mirror, Mirror on the Wall. Everybody knows that. Well, if you actually look back to the original film, it's not Mirror, Mirror on the Wall. It's Magic Mirror on the Wall. And some people actually...
Which, of course, it's not.
It's not,
in the reality I grew up in.
Right, exactly. And, I mean, some people in this reality, I guess, maybe didn't make it from our last reality, I'm thinking. I'm still trying to figure out why they don't remember it, and some people do. But anyway, though, that is the Mandela effect, and we are living in an alternate expansion of our universes.
And he was, I mean, mind you, I'm like quoting a 12-year-old or something about quantum mechanics, but he was saying that the Mandela effect is a very real possibility, that we could just be experiencing another reality in a shifted parallel universe. Like sometimes, like there's a few people that say that we can shift in and out of parallel universes depending on the path that we're in. So like there could be a trajectory that you died, but without you even knowing it, you just shifted into a different parallel reality.
But in the original universe reality, am I dead? So I died.
Yeah, because there's
now
infinite things are happening all simultaneously at the same time.
Man, that's wild.
Yeah.
Sorry, I just trying to think about it because, like, are the people are the ones that can voluntarily jump back and forth? Are they the ones that you like open their third eye or?
Okay, so supposedly, the original human was Bigfoot.
And he's a fucking interdimensional species.
And
I fucking knew it.
And the reason we can never see Bigfoot is because they use something called dimensional slippage or something, where they can and adjust their frequencies and slip in and out of dimensional realities. And the theory is that the Anunnaki came down and they genetically modified us into what we are today, the hairless
Who's
versions.
Anunnaki?
It's like the ancient Sumerian alien race or some stuff.
Oh, okay.
But I did want to bring up. So I do kind of want to test you on your Mandela effect stuff because I have them actually written down here. Another big one.
Oh.
Another big one is Luke, I'm your father. From Star Wars, when he's
Luke, I am your father.
When he's hanging from that thing in the Cloud City, and Darth Vader reveals to him that he is Luke's father, right? Luke, I am your father.
Yeah.
I guess the line now in our reality is, no, I am your father.
Oh.
Which doesn't sound that good.
But here's the thing: that Star Wars has been altered many times to where someone could argue you'd have to go watch the original on VHS from the late 70s.
Well, that's the thing. On that original VHS, it's no, I'm your father.
Oh,
You watch it.
Okay.
There's so many of these, bro. Like, there's the thing from the Hannibal Lecter, Silence of the Lambs, the iconic scene where he greets Jodie Foster, and then he says, "Hello, Clarice," but he simply says, "Good morning."
No way.
Yeah.
Have you researched that one, or you just? I haven't researched that.
These are all. There's another Star Wars Mandela effect. Is it's C-3PO, how he was all gold head to toe.
Yeah.
And then it says, but if you look closer, the droid's right leg is silver below the knee. So many weird ones, dude. So many weird ones.
Yeah, they'd have to be specific in which movie. Because in theory, in episode 1, C-3PO didn't even have gold. So, to go fuck yourself, everyone.
Dude.
Anakin was in the middle of building him.
There's the mirror from Snow White. Mirror, mirror on the wall. I guess she says magic mirror on the wall. I mean, there's so many. Skechers. Sketchers, says there's no T now. I don't know, dude. I don't know what. Maybe I shifted and you're just a hologram of my own weird reality, because I think that I probably died in the ocean on February in Manhattan Beach.
Oh, when you jumped off and your parents spanked you?
I don't remember that at all. No, what was that? What?
Oh. You always used to tell a story about how you were on a boat and your parents, like, you were like being rambunctious and your parents spanked you in front of the whole ship, right?
That's the Mandela effect, bro. That was my old reality. That never happened to me.
When did you die on a ship? When did you jump off a boat?
I'm gonna put him outside my room so he doesn't make noise. I'm gonna tell you this right now. Hold on.
All right.
Okay, so here's the story when my friend, who's a really good surfer, took us out, basically a storm. He was like, I'm going to teach you how to surf. So stupid. He gave me a bodyboard, right? I had a bodyboard. I was about to ride this wave, and the wave was so rough, and I was super close to the dock in Manhattan Beach. And the wave hits me.
Is that in California?
In California, yeah.
Okay.
And the wave hits me, and bro, this the bodyboard snaps off. I'm in probably 7 feet worth of water, so I cannot touch the ground. All right, I'm like getting tumbled, and it was the only time I was ever like, oh, this actually might not be good. And I swear to God, dude, out of nowhere comes a jet ski. Like a jet ski with like a life raft on the back. And he's like, get on.
That was your second universe coming to get you.
And I think that I died in the ocean. And this was just me saying, no, I'm not ready to go yet. And now I shifted into some parallel reality. And then this guy just manifested. That was the craziest, almost near death. I guess it wouldn't be a near death experience because I didn't like drown and come back to life. But it was,
or even get hurt.
Yeah, I told you I died in my other life, and now I'm here, and now all this shit is fucked up. Like Star Wars, the Berenstain Bears, and Mr. Rogers. But
are you not afraid of sharks?
I don't know. I mean, yeah, I am.
I mean, that's like Great White City out there in California.
No, not Great Whites. Not Great Whites. That's like Africa and Australia.
There's great whites in California.
I'm sure there's. Let's do a little research. How many
great whites
are in California oceans? Let's see. Great white shark.
Is the water too warm? Maybe. Actually, you might be right because from Hawaii to California, that water might be too warm for great whites. Because I know they're on the East Coast. They're at Cape Cod. They get seen in the Northeast all the time.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like big ones, like 15-footers out there in like Cape Cod where people vacation.
It says the great white shark population off northern California's coast is healthy and growing.
Oh,
that's
okay.
Great.
So Northern California.
Yeah, but that's still creepy, dude. Dude, what would you do? I mean, if you saw.
What would you do? What would you do if you're in a stormy weather? It's already. I'm painting the picture. You're in a storm environment. Mm-hmm. You can't touch. It's not light out. It's not sunny, right? So it's dreary. You just got wrecked by a wave.
Yeah.
And your board's split in half, and then you feel it. That huge bump. That first, they're prodding you to see what you are. And you're like, dude, I hope to fucking God the shore is way too far away, right?
Okay.
And then you see it. That dorsal fin cut right in front of you and go back down. What do you do?
I think you just shit your pants and you punch it in the nose as hard as you can, or you gouge its eyes out. Have you ever seen a shark brain?
Well, first off, if you're getting your hands in the shark's eyes, that means your torso's in his mouth.
Bro, okay, you have to, like, sharks are just apex predators, and their brains, they're like just made for eating and surviving. They're like this big. They're like
yeah.
And then if you look at a dolphin's brain, it's humongous. They're like, that was a good description, but yeah, I mean, like, whatever.
Well, yeah, because they're dolphins are mammals and sharks are fish. And it sounds so stupid saying that on a podcast. Did you know? But I mean, in all reality, there's no taming a shark. There's no training a shark. It's a fish.
Yeah.
It just wants to eat. And it's like, they're fucking horrifying.
Are you scared of sharks?
Scary.
You're scared.
Yes, I won't. I've never been past my shoulders when I was a kid, and now I won't go past my waist because I can't fight. Yeah, I can't. If I'm waist or below, I can fight a shark, right? Yeah. If I'm up here, I've lost the ability to like fight, especially when you're here in water and then you're swimming when you can't even touch. You're just free food. Dude, I mean, it's so dumb.
You know what's really creepy is Oh, actually, it's not true. I was about to tell you a story about bull sharks being found in the Great Lakes, but I guess that was just a rumor.
No, they haven't. They've been found in the Hudson, in the rivers, all the way in like mid-America.
Dude, they're just apex predators, man.
Yeah, because and even some sharks, the true story of Jaws was in 1917, a great white shark swam upriver. Now, granted, this is a half salt, half it's not a freshwater river. It's connected, but it went upriver in the Northeast somewhere and just started eating people. People thought maybe it was like a rogue shark, like it had something wrong with it, because it was just eating everybody up the river. It wasn't like it ate like 3 people.
Wait, Jaws is based off a true story?
Yeah, 1917.
No way.
Yeah, it killed like 3 or 4 people.
Yeah.
It just go in the same day.
Have you watched Jaws recently?
I watch Jaws all the time.
It's so funny, bro. It's like one of the, now that I watch it, it's like one of the funniest horror films I've seen.
Why? It's good.
Because think about it. It's like they have like, you think about humans and like they send out, like, why don't they just like shoot it with like if it's really that big of a deal, just send out like a military boat and just fucking 50 cal.
Because they weren't trying to make it a big deal, Kyle, for tourist numbers for Amity Island. Jesus Christ.
It's such a funny concept.
We'll end it with this. You've seen the Russian get eaten in Egypt, right?
Yeah, that was pretty horrifying.
You won't sleep. For anybody that wants to watch that, first off, you got to find the real video.
Yeah.
And he gets killed in front of his dad and his girlfriend. And just wrecked. Like a tiger shark just eats the fuck out of him. And like flings his body out of the water. Like feet high.
Are you a tiger shark, you said?
Yeah, it was a tiger shark. And a year prior, like 100 yards away, a woman was eaten off the side. She was sitting on a rat or something, or walking around, and she got eaten too.
Dude, did you hear about the kid that was on his high school trip to the Bahamas on the cruise?
And that's another theory that no one can prove. That there's like, yes, I know what you're saying, and there's a lot of debate on whether or not the current took him, or because some people say that the last like still image of him, you can see a shark underneath him.
I totally saw it.
Yeah, but also people were saying it's not a big enough shark to kill you. It was like a small shark.
The thing, if you have like 6 of them, bro, in the Bahamas, dude,
They
they're
don't
hungry.
hunt in packs.
Yeah, are
But-
you kidding me?
No, sharks don't hunt in packs.
Yeah, they do. You ever seen?
Are
like,
you gonna Google it?
Have you ever seen a school,
A school
of
of fish?
School
of sharks?
You just said, well, a shark is a fish and not a mammal. So yeah, that would make perfect sense that they hunt in packs.
Any shark that can kill you. Oh, another thing too is the ships. They're known to dump their waste. They're not like toilet waste, but they're known to dump their kitchen waste into the ocean.
Yeah.
So these sharks are known to travel behind these boats because they know it's free meals. And so how you have to be a fucking retard to jump off one of these boats because you are inevitably going to encounter a shark.
Bro, what was that poor kid thinking, dude? Like, and
He was a class clown. He was a cool guy, and he got eaten. So,
dude, and you know how like terrible it goes like high schoolers, like their brains are not developed yet because they're just like his friends are like filming like, oh man, you just fell off the boat, dude. It's like, dude, you're watching your friend like dying right now.
yeah, get eaten by sharks.
Dude. So the most
Dude,
the most aggressive shark is the great white. Second is tiger shark.
Yeah,
And third is bull
shark.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
Yeah.
You know your sharks.
I know my sharks, man. Yeah.
So, nice.
I know what to stay the fuck away from. No, I'm so terrified of sharks and karma that I won't shark fish. Because I feel like if you hook them right and you're like, hey, my shark, and then you release them, that's fine. You put them back in the ocean, that's good. I don't eat shark, it's a beautiful 12-foot killing machine. I'm gonna put it back in the water. There's no point in killing it. However, if a shark grabs me and goes, hey, I just released that human, I don't have a fucking leg anymore. So it's not the same. I just don't. I believe in karma, and
That's nice of you, actually.
Yeah.
Someone, if we make this, like, if we post this part as a clip, they're gonna be like, "Oh, you just don't understand sharks. Like, sharks are nice."
Well, people.
Never
I
mind.
mean,
Just fucking stupid.
well, no, because you're right. People will sit there and say that, an 18-foot great white that's terrorizing a beach and has killed 3 people shouldn't be put down because it's his ocean. Like, okay, there are certain circumstances where, like if you live in Florida and you got a 12-foot alligator walking around in a neighborhood, as much as that's a beautiful fucking dinosaur that's probably 100 years old,
Yeah.
he's got to go.
Yeah.
It's either you or
your
everybody's
dog.
dogs and their kids.
Has there ever been a case of someone a kid getting? I'm sure there has. Obviously, how many kids die from alligators in Florida?
Oh, buddy. Back, what year was it? 2000? Disney Springs, Orlando, Florida. There's a man-made lake that has signs that says "Do not swim." A married couple and their kid were swimming in it, right? Because it's Florida. And they're not from here. Gator comes up, grabs the kid, swims away with it in front of his dad. Kills the kid. Obviously, they find the carcass later. But you imagine going to Disney and a gator eats your kid in front of you? Like, Dad!
Oh my god, dude!
I'm laughing because that's just every father's worst nightmare.
Fuck. I've seen a I don't know if it was an alligator or a crocodile, but I've seen one. It was like next
And
to
people will be like, alligators they just want to be left alone. They'll leave you alone. Well, it wanted to eat that kid.
I've seen one. They were next to each other. Somebody threw some chicken. I think it was like a zoo. He threw a piece of chicken or some meat into the pit, and the alligator got it. The other one wanted it, so he got pissed at the one alligator, and he just took the other alligator's leg and just did one of those
Crocodile.
The crocodile. He just did like a death roll and just ripped the crocodile's leg right off, and the crocodile that got his leg ripped off was like, I mean, dude,
Yeah.
They don't give a shit, bro. They're dinosaurs.
Did you see? There's a couple other ones that are pretty good. There's no video of this that I know of, but a guy in Florida, pretty sure it's Florida, jumped off a restaurant dock that has signs that says "Do not feed alligators," but people do anyways. And so alligators, like any animal, are going to flock to where the food's at. And the guy said, "Fuck the gators." This is a great story. The guy jumps off the dock and says, "Fuck the gators." Jumps in, gators eat him. Right, one gator in particular killed him. Guy's best friend runs into this gator later, right? Shoots the gator, recovers his buddy's body out of it, and then guy number 2 goes to jail for illegal killing of an alligator. Bro, you cannot make that shit up. I'm pretty sure it's Florida too.
Dude, it's always Florida, bro.
Keep going, Pat. Screw you!